Edap series. As you already know, we have this special series where we talk to people who have traveled their distant lands to achieve something good in their life. And in this series today, we have Christopher with us, who will be telling us about his journey from Jamaica to Canada, how he has progressed and how successful he is now. So all these things we'll be getting to know him in a small session. Hi, Christopher. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Akanksha. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing too good too. Thank you so much. Cool. We will really like to know a little more about you, of what you do, what are you doing currently, and in Canada and Toronto. How do you what is your daily routine? How is your family and everything? A little bit about that.
All right. So I'm sure everyone can understand my daily routine has changed dramatically over the last 2 years. So my daily routine right now in the midst of a pandemic, we call this the pandemic edition, where my older daughter, she's in public school. So in the mornings, we'd still take her to school, drop her off. So they just recently started face-to-face schooling again.
Oh,
So
nice.
last week, so no, she's back at school, and so my morning begins with getting my wife, getting her ready and fed and off to school, and then when I come back in, I go straight to work, and I work from home these days. So I'm sure everyone can appreciate the special and extraordinary case that is. So I am a business analyst for
Oh,
a pharmacy buying group here in Canada.
great.
The pharmacy buying group is called True North Alliance,
Right.
and what they are is a group of independent pharmacists that have come together to
Okay.
form their own organization so
That's
as
interesting.
to get better treatment, I guess better terms and so forth with the pharmaceutical manufacturers and so forth here in Canada.
Okay.
So that's what I do, and it's I've been there for maybe 5 to 6 weeks now, so it's really new.
Okay.
And that is juggled with I have another daughter, two daughters. A
Lovely.
second daughter, she is Niara is 3 in April. So my wife is a writer, so we
Oh,
juggle.
interesting.
Yeah, so we juggle parenting duties and work duties in the course of the day, and of course, then picking up Aliana, my older one, who is 7 in grade 1, and bring her home. I continue working, and then we have dinner, and then we do family like things. So that's Monday to Friday.
Great, great, great. Okay, tell us a little about how the journey started, your educational background, and then what was your motivation to come to Toronto, and what was your inclination during your education time? What was in your mind? What did you want to achieve? So yeah, tell us a little about that journey.
All right, so I'm from Jamaica, and all of us here are, and I I guess went up to the way. I have an MBA,
Oh,
Master's in
nice.
Business Administration and Finance in Jamaica. From the University of the West Indies, and the opportunity to come here to Canada really came to my attention when my sister-in-law, who immigrated here, she
Okay,
told us about it, and I knew that my wife, who also has a master's in biochemistry,
that's
was
interesting.
now becoming, interested in pursuing her PhD. So we
Okay.
started looking across the globe, actually. Um, we interestingly almost ended up in Italy, but that didn't work out. And what really turned our attention to Canada was how, I guess, easy the process was.
Yes.
And in terms of getting a study permit and so forth, we decided to go the school route. I've been out of school at that point for a little while, even though I had my master's.
Okay.
And I we felt it was a good way to sort of acclimatize to the country.
Okay.
and and I know that, for example, there are multiple avenues to come here in Canada. You can also apply for permanent residence while you're in your home
Yes.
countries,
Yes.
and the student route, which is student and work, which is Canadian experience, was another one. So that's the route we chose to pursue, and the rest is history.
Great. So, tell us a little about your the application process. Like, as you said that the application process was fairly simple, and that's what probably motivated you and made you inclined you towards your towards Canada, towards migrating to Canada. So, tell us a little about the application process. How was it? Like, probably, I think, as you said, how long have you been in this place in Canada?
So
Six,
we've
seven
been in
years.
7 years. We've been in Canada
Yeah.
7 years now.
So yeah. So yeah, how so I'm sure the times were very difficult or different from what it is right now. So yeah.
Well, it's not really, pandemic aside, there hasn't been much change in 7 years.
Okay. Okay.
But
So yeah, but
I
still, how
guess
what was your application process like that time?
I guess the real change is just our growth into Canadian society, if that's the way to look at
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And that has been relatively smooth so far.
Good.
If I seem a little bit distracted, I'm plugging in my charger into my laptop, so forgive me.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
So 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 the application process, interestingly, was for, if we're going to use the school and work route, which is what they call Canadian experience, it was really just straightforward. The first step is to apply for a school. I applied for Humber College here
Okay.
in Canada, which is one of the many colleges that I have here. That they have that are listed as, I don't quite remember what the term was, but they have um, schools that are listed as, I guess, within particular regulation and meeting the standards necessary for international students.
Okay.
And applied Humber College, as I said, was one of them. I applied for Humber College, was accepted into the Global Business Management program,
Oh, wow. Wow.
and that becomes a part of your application process for a study permit. And I was able to apply for myself as well as get visas for my family,
Okay.
and we came up. So it was really step by step. It was, as I said, it was relatively easy.
Nice. Nice. Good. Good. So tell us a little about this college that you're talking about. Like what all does this offers? You said that you came for a course in business administration, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, what all does this college offer? Like, if somebody wants to get into or want to learn a little about this college, so how was the atmosphere and everything? And yeah,
Humber College has grown quite a bit in the 7 years that I've been here. They offer far more programs. So I would be remiss to try and think of them all. I know it's
yeah.
quite a bit more than when I first went there. So Humber College is one of the more popular ones in the Toronto GTA, which is what they call the Greater Toronto Area.
Okay,
So the
okay,
Greater Toronto Area is Toronto and Mississauga and Brampton and all those adjoining sort of municipalities slash towns or cities that make up the GTA. So Humboldt College is one of the more popular ones. They have others such as Seneca and Centennial that have satellite campuses and so forth in all over the place. And I was at the Lakeshore campus, which is
okay,
a beautiful campus, by the way. And they have another one, major one by North, and the Humboldt College North, which is more northern Toronto or northwest
okay,
Toronto. And it was very laid back. There is definitely an attention to excellence there, and they're very welcoming, and
okay, yeah,
it was a very good experience. It is a very good way to acclimatize yourself here to Canadian culture and so forth, which I would imagine differs quite a bit from others. I know it was for me coming from Jamaica, where
yes, yes, yes.
we
So
tend
yes,
to.
on the same lines, yes, just because you said it on the same lines, how difficult or how different was you adapting to the culture, Canadian culture as compared to the Jamaican culture? So how
Yeah,
welcoming the people are there? I mean,
they are welcoming. I
okay,
think in Jamaica, um, maybe Unita can also attest to that. We are very more I guess, physically affectionate, so to speak, or more, as they like to say, touchy feely. We'll hug and so forth. It's not that Canadians don't like to do that, but it's lesser than what I'm coming from. Our culture is more laid back and more, very much more casual,
Casual, yeah.
and less politically correct, to be honest. so if that is the culture you're coming from, I would recommend that be careful the jokes that you tell.
That's a very good advice. That's a golden words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure
Okay.
everyone's comfortable with what you're saying.
So, did you face any difficulties regarding the accommodation and settling down, like in the initial days, because also had a family to along with you, like a kid and a wife. So, did you face any difficulty in getting a proper accommodation, or the like, like if you're a bachelor, then you can just bunk in anywhere. But if you have a
Sure.
family, but if you have family, then you have to make sure that they have a right environment wherein you can live. So, did you face any such difficulties when you came in?
Fi- Um, Finding childcare could be difficult, and in Toronto,
Yes,
childcare is particularly expensive.
yes,
So childcare was the main thing, especially since I was in full time school. And
yes.
the good thing is that my wife was able to secure an open work permit, so that's allowed her to work anywhere.
Okay, that's
But
good.
the main thing in coming to a new country is that you have no network. No one knows you.
Yes,
You're starting from zero, and it could be very difficult in securing meaningful work. Let's be honest
right.
about that.
Yes, yes, yes. Right.
So
Totally agreed.
you may find yourself possibly working jobs that you even thought were below you. Let's be honest.
No, right, right.
McDonald's and so I'm not saying no offense to anyone who works at McDonald's. I think that is meaningful work. But
Yes, yes,
if you were
definitely.
a professional before in your home country, finding work at your level in your field could be very, very difficult, especially at the very beginning when no one knows about you and your credentials. One thing that is a thing here in Canada is the whole aspect of Canadian experience and Canadian qualifications, where they prize that above anything else. So you coming here with your degrees and so forth is just not as recognized.
Okay.
And you're starting literally from the bottom again, and you have
Yes.
to earn and build your way back up to the top. So what I can tell you after 7 years of being here, that this is possible, because hey, I've done it. But
And kudos to that.
yeah. So it I would tell you, persistence, time, and patience are your
Yes.
friends. Um, and with that, you'll be fine.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. That's it's a very nice piece of advice that you have given. That persistent time and patience is the most important. I couldn't agree more with you. But now that you are on on this platform Edap, do you feel that if you've had such a platform at that time, would have helped you made your things easier, or probably getting accommodation, or like you said, the childcare, or
I think so, because it was definitely one of the discussions amongst us as the I guess international students, was that
yes,
there was a lack. It's not necessarily a lack of community, because we each community created our own community within the school itself.
right,
But that is really from the first day of school, and that is where you're just learning, meeting people and so forth, learning about them and recognizing in terms of the things that you have in common that could be
right.
of assistance. So adapt is where adapt, I think, excels, is that you get to meet these people and get in touch with them from where before, and particularly those who
Yes.
have services that could be of assistance to you.
Yes,
And
definitely.
that is absolutely important when landing, to because one benefit that I didn't mention was that I had, because my sister-in-law was already here, they were already
Yes.
family and friends. I have an uncle here, so
Okay.
they helped us to find a place to live in Brampton at first, and then now I'm in
Okay.
Toronto. So it's one thing for me who always had family here, and I always knew that, and you
Yes.
have that base to come into. But for those who are younger and single who may not have that, that could be a real source of difficulty. So
Yes.
EDAP would have been much better if it was around when I just came here.
Yes. So yes, that's our target. I mean, that's what we are working towards, and we like what you said that if make an environment for people, a friendly community for people, wherein people can ask each other's help and get ideas from them and learn from their experience. And I think this chat had been would be very beneficial for all those people who are willing to come, not only just from Jamaica but other countries also. So people who are probably coming with a family, they're a little hesitant, and as you rightly said, that it's very difficult. There are insecurities of getting a secure job over here. So you might be doing something good, but to you from if you're coming, you have to prepare your mind that you have to start from zero. And
Yeah,
then, as you said, persistence, patience, and hard
time
work
and
and
hard
time.
work.
Yes, yes, time.
I'm sorry, I'm coming from our background, man, because I have Indian friends back in Jamaica as well. Hard work is just sort of expected, so we hardly list it.
Yes, that's like the default thing which you're born with. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're expected to work
yeah,
hard. Which so if you'd say you're hardworking, we're kind of look at you as like, oh, yeah, that's kind of what we
that's
expect.
okay.
That's
That's
minimal
that's
requirement.
expect. That's the minimum requirement.
It's minimal requirement.
Yes. But patience, persistence, and time is something that teaches you a lot. And I would like to congratulate you on whatever you achieved. And I
Yeah.
wish you and your family a very all the best and lots of success and happiness in future. And thank you so very much for taking out so much time and interacting with us. And I would like to thank you from everybody on EDAP to for this opportunity of interacting with you and learning from your experience.
Thank you very much. It was an absolute pleasure doing this. I as I said, I felt this was something that was needed and necessary.
Yes.
I'm glad to have been even loosely a part of EDAB coming
Yes.
forward, and it
And
is
we are
something that
fortunate, and we are fortunate to have you part of this. So yeah.
yeah. So and I absolutely believe it's necessary. For new students and who are considered not just Canada but anywhere else in the world,
Anywhere else,
the
right?
experience is fantastic. It once you realize once you make the best of it, and the world is your oyster.
Yes. Rightly said,
Travel,
yes.
work hard, and have new experiences. So much so both.
Yes, yes, that's the last piece of advice, and you couldn't have said it better. And thank you very much again. And it
All
was
right,
nice talking to you. Bye bye.
it's a pleasure, Akansha. You take care.
Yes, yes, you too, you too.